When I was working while obtaining a graduate degree, it was challenging to balance work, school, and life. I soon learned to establish smarter goals, which help reframe my time and energy. So I'm here to share with you what I've learned about setting smarter goals. What is goals? You need to define what it is that you intend to achieve during your graduate program and after you obtain your graduate degree. I realized it was very important to establish these goals in advance because when the going gets tough, when you're balancing work, family, other personal agendas, you can easily lose sight of your academic goals. So write them out. Place it somewhere that you can see so that when the going gets tough or when the road gets a little bit bumpy, you see the end in mind. But why set these goals? It gives you a sense of direction. It allows you to stay mentally and physically focused on the road to where you're going, especially when it can get a little bit bumpy. So there's a lot of different ways to set goals. One way is to set short-term goals so you can see them at a shorter period of time, and it gives you some confidence that you can move toward your long-term goals. Your long-term goals are goals that are more far outreaching. Maybe this would be goals after you obtain your degree, or 5 years after you obtain your degree and you're working in this position. What type of social change in public health do you want to see? So these could be both professional, academic, and social goals that you hope to achieve. One of my favorite authors and professor of management is Peter Drucker, who has this famous quote, "You can't manage what you can't measure." That's why it's so important to set these smarter goals and have some type of evaluation plan so you can measure whether you're making progress. And if you are making progress, is it the most efficient and effective way? And if you're able to achieve your outcome, you can also reflect back on the process. Was it the most time consuming or was it time saving approach? And perhaps that's something you may want to repeat. In addition to understanding how to establish smarter goals, it is also important to understand how not to establish these unrealistic goals. When you set unrealistic goals, you waste your time and energy, and you set yourself up for failure and defeat, and you lose the confidence in aiming for those long-term goals. What makes goal unrealistic? First, they can be untimely. Sometimes our goals just don't align with the timing in our lives. It coincides with other issues that's happening professionally and personally. Resources. When we set these goals that requires too much of resources, that meaning money and energy and time, that we just are not able to sustain them anymore. And sometimes with good intentions, we write goals that are a little bit ambitious because they're not specific or we don't have the resources to support these goals. So now let's just shift gears and how to set these smarter goals. When I was in graduate school and taking business and management courses, we learned how to develop these SMART goals. But over time, I realized that SMART goals, while they might have good intentions in the beginning, so then I started to reflect and I realized that I not only need to make them SMART goals, but they need to be smarter. And so I added two letters, which is focused on the enthusiasm and a personal reason why you set forth in establishing these SMART goals. So what does SMARTER stand for? S stands for specific. You should know the outcome of your goal, so make sure that's very specific to the task or the outcome that you're hoping to achieve. Make sure it's measurable, that there's some types of metrics that you can assess whether you are moving forward or backwards. And is it achievable? Do you have the capability to achieve these goals, or are there resources that you can get access to or even get help to help you achieve these smarter goals? R stands for relevant. Will your goal help you in the long run? What is your overall purpose in getting this degree, being a part of this program? What type of change do you want to see in public health? Are the goals that you're making relevant to your overall mission? T stands for time bound. Set a time frame for your goals so you can assess whether you are working on the right pace, is it slower, or can you speed up? E stands for enthusiasm. Are you excited about these goals? Are you excited about the outcome of these goals? And R stands for reason. What is your personal reason in attaining this goal? What do you want to see? What is meaningful to you? So to reach your goals, make them smarter. Good luck in setting smarter goals.